put something out there in the air, and who messes it up for us? Who is the one that exposes us? Who is the one that, when we almost think we're moved on from it, they say something and bring us right back in? Our kids. Yeah. And if you was watching Hard Knocks last week, not yesterday, but Hard Knocks last week, I think it was last week, when Antonio Brown was there, he had brought his kids with him. And one of the things that the kids said over and over and over, where's Ben Roethlisberger? Where's Ben Roethlisberger? Where's Ben Roethlisberger? And Antonio's not going to tell his kid, hey, man, shut up already. We were never friends. No, of course he's not going to say that. But he said, hey, Ben is in, Pittsburgh. He's playing in Pittsburgh. I'm on another team. I'm playing with Oakland. Perfect answer. But how your kids know, about Ben Roethlisberger like that? Because the way they were asking about Ben is that they have interacted with him multiple times. And I'm just saying, if it was about the ends, if it was just solely about the money, you don't need your kids to be interacting with someone to get your ends. So that's why I think this whole thing, I think Antonio was really hurt by it. It hurt more. I'm not saying like boo hoo woo is me hurt, but I think he was hurt more by it and just or underappreciated. Let's just say that. I think he was underappreciated, for him to make that comment, about him. And then he is still stuck in I'm not ready to let it, go. I want, on at some point in life, I will move on from it, but it's just not right now. So I believe they were friends. I still do believe they're friends because friends get upset at each other. They stop speaking to each other. And then over time, they get back together. So that is a possibility. And then he'll get back and he'll be like, he's always been my guy. We're family fight. And he'll give you that whole story. So do not believe that whole thing about never friends and all that stuff, because your kids is the ones that exposes you to the stuff that you're trying to cover up. No. Those kids, the way they were talking, asking for Ben Roethlisberger, it seems like they had been over his house, or Ben had been over their house, or they have played around with Ben on multiple times. And if you're trying to get the ends, man, I can't say that you're going to go that far. Yeah, the kids will be around, but it seems like they really have been around Ben Roethlisberger. So that's what I was checking out. And I think that this whole thing, it will be over eventually, but Antonio is just disappointed. So the Tonight Show was labeled holdout season. And, we got Zeke Elliott, we got Melvin Gordon, we got Trent Williams, that is holding out. But we haven't really talked about the Jadeveon Clowney situation. He has been holding out as well. And he was kind of in the Le'Veon Bell situation because he was done with his contract and he got franchise tag, and he has not signed his franchise tag to play for the Houston Texans. So now, as the season is, right around the corner, they're trying to figure out what is going to happen with Jadeveon at this point. And so now they've opened up to the option of trades for him. And the Miami Dolphins were rumored to have interest in him. They actually met with him. But at this point, Jadeveon Clowney is not 100% feeling the same way as Miami Dolphins. He is wanting to actually use his leverage that he has, which he actually does have leverage, in this situation, and try and end up in Philadelphia or Seattle is the reports of where, he wants to be. Obviously, unless, Houston give him the deal that he wants, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So I was saying that he had the leverage, and that was because he's not in a contract. So the only contract that he can do is his franchise tag. And if he does his franchise tag, it's for 1 year. So then if they trade him, you're talking about trading him to a team that is going to want to know how long will he be here. Are we just renting him? So that's where I say he has to leverage, is because if that's going to be the case, no one's really going to offer you their best, offer for Jadeveon Clowney's services at this point, because they don't know if he's going to be around. So if he gets to, pick where he wants to go, then maybe you can, negotiate something on behalf of the league and of not the league, of the team and Jadeveon, and get fair value, back. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen at this point. Now, and I forgot who said this, but they pointed out a really good point about this whole situation, as far as like why it's going to be even harder. Jadeveon just fired his agent, so he doesn't have an agent right now, and the Houston Texans, they don't have a general manager. So that whole, normally how that communication process works, it looks like maybe it's broken down, at this point, and Bill O'Brien is trying to, handle the situation. Other members in the Houston Texans organization is trying to handle this. So that could delay the inevitable of what's going to happen, with Jadeveon Clowney, which I think he will get traded. I don't think he'll end up in Miami unless Miami really can sell him on something. And he is probably looking at Josh Rosen and Ryan Fitzpatrick, and he's like, okay, I have Deshaun Watson. Before Deshaun was here, I had guys like Phil Savage. I had guys like Case Keenum. I had guys, what is his name? His name is not Weems. It was a quarterback. He was in Cleveland. But Deshaun is, by far the best quarterback that they had. And I don't think he's want to take a step back. So I think this really is about the quarterback situation. Unless Miami is going to do something about the quarterback situation, and they're not, they're going to either roll with Ryan Fitzpatrick or Josh Rosen at this point. They are going to be out of the Jadeveon Clowney sweepstakes. And I guess I shouldn't say sweepstakes, but they are not going to be in the running to get his services. I think it will eventually end up being Philadelphia or Seattle, because if you look at it, Seattle has Russell Wilson and Philadelphia has Carson Wentz. And he's going to want a quarterback that is established, that is making waves and or has made waves like Russell Wilson has. So I'm sorry, Miami, but if it does happen, he is a rental. I don't think he'll be there after this year. So Jadeveon Clowney holding out as well. Who's going to be the first one to show up to camp? Who's going to be the first one to play? Is it Jadeveon Clowney? Is it Ezekiel Elliott? Is it Melvin Gordon? Or is it Trent Williams? That's a hard, and just speaking about Zeke and Melvin Gordon, those are hard answers to come about, because you really just don't know what's in someone's heart and how much that they mean it, or how hard they're willing to play ball. So if anyone is going to probably show up, I think Jadeveon probably would be the first one out of the group. But he is holding out at this point, and he is wanting to get paid. Somebody else that was looking to get paid, you listen to the Wait a Minute show with your man Jelani JB Bodie. It's going down. Looking to get paid, but in 2020 is Carly Lloyd. And if you don't know who Carly Lloyd is, she is a phenomenal soccer player. And she was on video, and I think it went viral. If it didn't, a lot of people were talking about it, so still good enough for me. Kicking a 55-yard field goal. And people are going to be paying attention, especially in Chicago. But now it is out there about her possibly playing football in 2020. And, she talked about it as well. I'm going to say this. Go, Carly. Go. Do it. Why not? If you can kick and outkick any other kicker that's on the team, do it. Why not? There's plenty of guys, and the people will be like, well, the female, the tip. No. Man, we're beyond all that, man. Can she play? Can she make the kick? I don't want to hear people saying, oh, but it's a violent sport. Yeah, have you seen some of the kickers out there? Do they look like they want to get mixed up with any of those other players out there? No. It'll be the same way. But if you can kick, go ahead. Put it out there. Go ahead. Kick. Because there's a lot of teams. I just said Chicago. There's a lot of teams that's going to need a kicker. Now, with that, she's going to have to work at it because in that video, she got a heck of a running start. So obviously, you're going to have to shorten that up and be able to be accurate like she was. But that's something that she can work on. I mean, she's a soccer player. So obviously, I think that won't be an issue for her. I think really the only thing is going to be competition and pressure. You know, how does she handle the pressure of someone maybe breathing down her back or someone trying to actually block a kick, that is 6'5", 6'6", sweating all over the place, grunting and all that, and the crowd is looking at you. So I think those are the issues that she will need to concern herself with and then go forward from there. And we'll see, if she does. But I hope she tries out, and see what happens. I'm not going to say I hope she makes a team or anything like that, because then that's just me saying, oh, I hope it because she's a female. No, I hope it because she tries out because she wants to be a kicker. She wants to compete, and just like any other kicker. So, and I hope she do well on it, and excel. Why not? Why not? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take another break. And normally I will come back from the break and talk more topics, but I'm not going to talk any more topics. It's time for me to hand out this Big L Award. So, and I told you who it was going to, so we don't even need to go into that. I'll tell you again quick time when we come back from the break, but we ain't playing no games, at this point. So it's the Wait a Minute Show. We'll be back after these words.
We all hate when we have unexpected car problems. Well, I'm here to tell you about a viable solution. Bay 11 Auto and my man Melvin. You have emission problems? Brakes need changing? Transmission slipping? Is your car just driving sluggish? No problem is too big. I live on the other side of town and I drive over an hour to a guy that I trust. Melvin is honest, dependable, and definitely not in the business to break your pockets. Come see the official mechanic, Melvin, at Bay 11 Auto. You will be glad you did. You can reach him at 1455 General Arts Road, Conyers, Georgia, or 404-295-5715. That's 404-295-5715.
We don't take orders from super fools. We give them.
X gon' give it to you.
Any and all resistance will crumble. Nonsense. There's never been a threat
Squad
couldn't handle. It is the purpose of the
Squad
to align our infamous forces against the powers of good and defeat them, leaving us the rulers of the world.
All music artists, lend me your ear. Looking for that hot beat to make your next hit? Go to FaroJaroMusic.com. Tired of paying for overpriced studio time for mediocre beats? Go to FaroJaroMusic.com. FaroJaroMusic.com offers industry quality hip-hop, trap, R&B, and pop beats that will take your creativity to the next level. We know it's hard to find dope beats out there, so don't waste any more time searching YouTube for whack beat-selling websites. Go to FaroJaroMusic.com today to cop the beat for your next hit. Mixing and mastering services available too. Once again, go to FaroJaroMusic.com. That's FaroJaroMusic.com for the hottest beats in the game.
Squad Network, the future of radio.
Yo, what's good? This is Trey Frazier on Staff. This the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Make sure y'all